my goodness. Hey guys, it is Angela here, and I have been fighting a little bit with the internet, but I think we're live now. So I have just got a quick little sort of body balancing workout. This is a great little stretch and mobility routine after shoveling heavy snow that we had yesterday in the Northeast. If you've got a small Pilates ball or a soft, like a kid's kickball, that's we'll do some stretching with this, but you can also, I'll talk you through modifying it without that. So we are going to start in standing with your heels lined up directly underneath the middle of your back pocket. So lining up with your sit bones, not with the outside of your hips. So when we say hip distance apart, heels line up with sitting bones. Find a place where the weight is equal on the heel and ball of foot. Reach the crown of the head to the ceiling, lengthening through the back of the neck so the chin stays level. You're not popping your chin up and shortening the back of your neck. Arms relax by your sides, and you're going to bring your awareness up right behind the ears to the base of the head and the first vertebra, and just nod your chin towards your throat and then release. Chin to throat and then release. So not a full chin to chest here, just at the base of the head and the first vertebra, chin towards throat, lengthening the back of the neck. And then moving into chin towards throat, rolling down chin to chest. Just do what works for you. Rolling back up, stacking the vertebra, lifting your chin at the end. Chin to throat and roll down. Rolling back up, chin lifts. Chin to throat and roll down one more time. Rolling back up, chin is level. And then turning to the right, center, and left. Just as far as is comfortable for you today, right? So never forcing. Leaving the shoulders where they are, noticing if the shoulders want to drag themselves around with you, coming back to center, right ear to right shoulder, reaching the left ear to the ceiling. Left ear to left shoulder, reaching the right ear to the ceiling. So focusing on the length rather than how far over you tip. One last time, coming back to center, shrugging the shoulders up towards your ears and then releasing. Shrugging the shoulders up and releasing one more time, and then moving into circles. So shoulder shrugs up and back and down. Opening the chest, widening the collarbones, breathing. If it works for your body and you have the space, go ahead and add your elbows. Really pressing the elbows back, opening the chest. And if you have the space and it works for your body, you could add the arms. So palms face each other coming up. Turn the thumbs down, palms reach behind you. Inhaling, palms up. Open, reach the hands behind you. Inhaling, hands up. Exhaling, palms reach behind you. Opening the chest, lengthening the arms. One last time this way, and then we'll go to single arm shoulder circles. So the shoulder blade on the right comes up and back, turning to look behind you, shifting the weight, rotating through your spine, and then the left shoulder up and back. So allowing your whole body to move a little bit, just as much as is comfortable for you. If you have the space, add the elbow. Your gaze is going to follow your elbow up in front and around behind you. Keep breathing. Notice if you're tending to hold your breath. And then if it works for you, we can add the arm. You can stay with elbows or just shoulders, or add the arm. The right hand comes up, turn the palm away, reach behind you. Inhale the left arm up, turn and reach behind you. Just doing what works for you. Again, gaze is going to follow the hand. If you tend to get dizzy, you might want to stick with the shoulder or the elbow. One last time, go ahead and release the arms, shake them out a little bit. You're going to interlace your fingers, press your palms away. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead, exhale, lower. The arms just go as far as they go without making your neck disappear. So don't let the shoulders shrug up into your ears. Maybe you get the arms straight up by your ears, maybe not that high. Go ahead and release, and then you're going to switch your hands. So I have my right index finger on top. I'm going to switch so my left index finger is on top. Press my palms away. It does make a difference. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, lower. Your hands might not feel like they fit as well in this shifted position. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower one last time. Go ahead and release the arms, shake them out. You're going to bring your hands up into a goalpost position with your palms facing towards your head. Bend the wrists backwards as if you were holding a tray on each hand. So your fingertips are pointing out to the sides, wrists are bent backwards. Keep the elbows up, reach the arms away, and come back in. So if you had that tray in your hand, you drop your tray and then lift. If this is tough on the shoulders, you can lower the elbows down. You're just going to try to hold them steady wherever it works for you. One last time. Go ahead and release the arms. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your back. Press the palms together. So that's the ice cream. That's the important part. Palms together, heels reach into the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Keeping the palms together, slide your knuckles down towards the floor. Just as far as you can without the palms coming apart. Are the shoulders dumping forward? Maybe you can get straight, maybe you can't. If you can get your arms straight with your palms together, you're going to exhale. Imagine buttoning up a pair of tight pants, zipping a zipper from pubic bone to rib cage, and maybe add a little arm lift. And then release. Inhale, palms together, lift the arms if it works for you. This part's optional. And then release. One last time. And then release. Go ahead and shake the arms out. And then we're going to come down onto the floor. You can do it however you want, or overlap your arms one on top of each other. Take one leg behind you up onto the ball of the foot. So it's across and behind as if you were going to curtsy. Coming down to a knee, you're allowed to use your hands if needed. You'll flatten your back foot out behind you. Sit back. Again, use your hands if needed. You can always get down any way that works for you. Go ahead and lie down onto your back, knees bent. Take a minute here to scan through your body. Imagine train tracks lining up with the center of your shoulders, your hips, your thigh bones, and your lower legs. So you're all lined up in your train tracks. We want the back of the neck long, chin towards throat. If you're a little tight, you might find that your chin tips up, you're looking at the wall behind you, and the back of your neck is short. In that case, you can roll up your mat or put a little towel under your head. And then making a little triangle shape with your hands, thumbs together, index fingers together. You'll rest that triangle on the front of your pelvis. And we're just going to exhale, roll the pelvis back, flattening the back into the mat. Inhale, roll your pelvis forward. Exhale to roll back. Inhale to roll forward. Finding movement in the spine. Flexion as you roll back. Extension as you roll forward. Keeping the legs soft. Keeping the movement comfortable. Imagine the two halves of your pelvis moving in perfect symmetry on the sacrum, right? Those two halves can do different things. We're just going to balance them back out. Coming back to center. So if you imagine your pelvis was a bowl of soup, we were just pouring our soup out towards our head and towards our feet. You're now going to pour your soup out to the right side. The left butt lifts off the mat. Pour your soup out to the left side. The right butt lifts off the mat. So pouring your soup out to the right and then to the left. You can leave your hands here to feel and follow the motion. You could rest your arms by your side. Coming back into center, we're going to pour our soup out all the way around the rim of our bowl. Start with a small bowl. Legs are soft and relaxed. Keep breathing. Make your bowl a little bigger. So you're pouring your soup out of a bigger bowl. Coming back to center, starting small, we'll reverse and pour the soup out around the rim of our bowl in the opposite direction. Keep on going with that. Making your soup bowl as big as is comfortable for you. One last time, coming back to center. Imagine coming to a place where you're not spilling your soup anywhere at all. You're going to bring your awareness to the center of the back of your head and press the center of the back of your head into your mat. Just as much as is comfortable to you. Again, this part's important. We don't want the chin tip. We don't want to be looking at the wall behind us. Center of the back of the head, where the lower part of the head presses into the mat, and then release. One more time, press the center of the back of the head into the mat, and then release. Bringing your awareness next to your shoulder blades. Roll the shoulder blades back, press the shoulder blades into the mat.
Bend your elbows, press the upper arms into the mat. Check in with the area around the bra strap on the back of the mat and your rib cage. We don't want to pop that up. We're going to keep the rib cage and the bra strap on the mat. Shoulders and arms pressing down, and then release. We're going to add to it. Shoulder blades press into the mat. Upper arms press into the mat. Add the forearm, wrist, and hand, all 10 fingers, thumbs, index, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, all press down into the mat, and then release. We're going to add to it. Slide the right leg out straight as you can. Think about your train track on that right side. Press the head, the shoulders, upper arms, and hands into the mat. Press the right heel into the mat from the hip joint, from way up behind the hip. That's where you're going to find that downward pressure. Bending the right knee back in. Go ahead and release. Slide the left leg out straight. Think about your train tracks. Press the center of the back of the head, shoulders, arms, hands into the mat. Press the left heel into the mat from the left hip, from up high in the left hip. We're pressing the heel down. Go ahead and release. This is where if you've got a small soft ball, so nothing hard like a soccer ball or a basketball, a small Pilates ball or a slightly deflated little kids kickball or those supermarket balls, if you have one, you're going to place your ball under your sacrum if that works for you. So the sacrum is the base of your spine. It's essentially the middle of your butt. It's below your waistband. You want the ball centered. With your feet on the mat, it should be pretty comfortable. If you don't have a ball, you can just do this with this part without the ball. If it makes your back feel archy or uncomfortable, scooch the ball down so it's below your waistband. If it still feels bad, just take the ball out, but it should feel really nice. We're going to take the right thigh into our belly, both hands behind the right knee, elbows out to the side. Bringing the right thigh up as far as is comfortable for you. So normally, belly squishes into thigh, and that's what stops us from going any further in most cases. Sometimes there's other things in the way. Think about this left leg. So both legs, really, the train tracks. You may feel a mild stretch in the front of the left thigh. You could walk the heel in a little closer to your bum. If you're falling off the ball, take your right arm down onto the mat for balance. And if it works for you, slide the left heel away. So again, you can do this with or without the ball under your sacrum. If the ball is under your sacrum, it should be comfortable. It should feel really good. If it doesn't, just take it out. This will bring the stretch up to the crease of the hip a little more if you're tight. Then you're going to flex your right foot. So step off the gas with your right leg. Reach the right heel to the ceiling and then bend. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this depending on what works best for your body. You can keep the foot flexed, reach the heel up, and then bend. You can move in and out of it. You could reach the heel towards the ceiling, stay there, and then step on and off the gas. You could explore both of those. Ideally, we're looking for a stretch in the back of the leg, not sort of a shock-like feeling. If you have a little neural tension, sometimes it has more of a zing to it. So you're just going to go into it and out of it and not hang out there. We're going to bend the right knee, slide the left leg back in. We'll take the right foot down, take the left leg up. Hands behind the left thigh, elbows wide. Pull the left thigh to your belly. Think about your train tracks. You may be feeling a stretch in the front of the right thigh. That's what we'd like to feel with this. You can place the hand down on the mat for balance if you need it. We're going to slide the right leg out as straight as it gets. Again, either on the ball or off. This is still a good stretch. Let me bring the stretch up into the crease of your hip a bit more. Left foot steps off the gas. Left heel reaches for the ceiling and bends. That's option one. Option two is you can reach the left leg up towards the ceiling and step on and off the gas here. They're both nice options. Do what works best for you today. One last time. Taking the right leg in, taking the left foot down. We're going to take the ball out from under our sacrum if you had it in there. Arms come out into a T position, palms down. That's option A. Option B is going to be palms up. You can also choose to slide the arms down lower if that's too much of a stretch for your shoulders, or even rest your hands on your belly. So knees together, feet together. We're in our neutral position, so we're not spilling our soup anywhere. We're going to inhale here. Nice, long, slow, steady inhale. Maybe for a count of 5 if you can. And on an exhale, pour your soup out to the right side. Bring the legs over to the right. The hope and the dream is that the right leg comes all the way to the floor. The left leg is heavy on the right leg. Both feet are free of the mat. The left arm wants to be supported on the floor. So if your left arm has come flying up in the air, lower it down towards the foot of your mat. It's mostly a flexibility thing. Head could be in the center or turn to the left side, whatever works best for you. We'll inhale back to center. Exhale, legs to the left side. Again, left leg heavy on the floor, right leg heavy on top of left. Feet are free of the mat. Right arm on the floor. Lower it down if it's floating. Hang out here. We'll inhale back to center. Now, if you're really tight, you might not be able to get the legs all the way down. You might want to take your ball or a pillow and have something for your legs to land on. So if your legs are sort of floating, hovering in the air, your body's going to be protecting a little bit and it's hard to relax. We inhale to center and exhale to the left side. So you always have the option of a support or a prop for your legs so that they're supported. Inhaling to the center, exhaling to the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left side one last time. Coming back to the center, moving your feet mat distance apart. It's wider than hip distance. So let the knees open. Don't hold them in. Let the knees open. Feet and hips, feet and knees are wider than hips. Arms in the same position. We'll inhale here. Nice, long, slow inhale. We'll exhale, bring the legs over to the right side. The hope and the dream, right leg heavy on the floor. Left thigh heavy towards right foot. Both feet are free of the mat. Head can be in the center or turn to the side. And we do want the arms supported, so slide them down a little bit lower if you need to. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, legs to the left side. Left leg heavy on the mat. Right leg reaching down towards the mat. It's not meant to touch the floor. That's fine. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right side. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right side. You might find that you want to move a little slower or a little quicker, right? Do what works for your body. One last time, coming back to the center. Feet hip distance apart. So those heels will line up with the middle of your back pockets. You're going to think about your bowl of soup here. Without spilling your soup, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. We're going to rock this knee towards the opposite shoulder and then away. The hope and the dream for keeping the pelvis stable. You can place your thumb, your right thumb in the crease of your right hip. That movement's happening at the hip joint. You see the knee moving, but it's coming from the hip joint. One last time, we'll press the right knee away. And on an exhale, roll over to the left side. So left leg on the floor, sole of the right foot on the floor. Right butt comes free of the floor. Right arm down on the floor if that works for you. You could hang out here. You could rock the left knee towards the floor and then away if that works for your body. So we're looking for a stretch on the back side of the hip. Some folks might end up with more pinching towards the groin or towards the crease of the hip. Go easy with that. Just back off from that a little bit. We don't want that pinching. Pressing the knee away, we come back to center. Maybe this is it for you. Press the right knee away, flex the right foot. This might be it for you, or maybe with an exhale, place both hands behind your left thigh, right elbow in the right knee, pressing the knee away. We're looking for a stretch in the outer part of the right hip and butt, maybe low back. Depending on your flexibility and arm length, if you find you're tipping back with your chin up, bring your chin to your throat. You could come up into a C curve if that works for you. You could also use a strap behind the left thigh to help make your arms longer. Lowering the feet back down, uncrossing. We're not spilling our soup anywhere. We're in neutral. Without spilling your soup, cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Rocking from the hip joint here. Left knee towards opposite shoulder and then press away. So just a little rocking motion from the hip joint. Keep it comfortable. but go slow enough and far enough to find a little stretch if you can. Press the left knee away. We'll roll over to the right side, right leg on the floor, left foot on the floor. Rock the knee towards the floor and then away. So towards the shoulder, towards the right shoulder, towards the floor. As long as it's comfortable for you. Again, we'd like to feel a stretch on the outer part of the hip, maybe low back and butt, but you might feel more pinching at the crease, so go easy with that. We come back to center. Pressing the left knee away, flexing the left foot. Maybe that's it for you. Maybe with an exhale, you can grab behind the left thigh. Right thigh. Pull the right thigh to your belly. Left elbow presses left knee away. We're looking for an outer hip stretch on the left. Maybe you need to nod the chin to the throat and come up so that you're not tipping and looking at the wall behind you. So there's a lot of factors here: strength, flexibility, arm length, leg length. Lower the feet down. Nice. One last thing. We're going to turn onto our bellies. You can either do that however you want, or you could stretch the arms and legs out. So legs out straight, arms overhead. I'm going to roll to the right side. So I'm going to lift my left arm and left leg. If you're rolling in the opposite direction, you'd lift the opposite arm and leg. I'm going to reach my left arm and leg over and turn onto my belly. Coming back to the center of your mat. Hands beside the shoulders, just under the shoulders, right next to your boobs. If your wrists are really tight, you could slide the hands forward a little bit. If you have good flexibility, slide the palms back. You're going to pull your elbows in towards each other and then back towards your heels. Rotate your thigh bones out. So from the hip joint, rotating the thigh bones out so you're resting on the inner edge of your kneecap and the big toe side of your foot. Stretch the legs behind you. Try to touch the wall behind you. Pull your elbows in towards each other and then back towards your heels. We're going to have the chin towards the throat, so the back of the neck is long. We're not in a tipped up position unless you're looking at me quickly, but try not to hold your head in that position. So chin towards throat, elbows reach behind you, toes reach behind you. You're going to peel up to just below your bra strap. Reach the toes and the elbows back. Imagine bringing your breastbone towards the wall in front of you, keeping the lower back comfortable. So not so far that you feel pressure in your back. It won't necessarily hurt. Sometimes it could, but you don't want to feel pressure there. Lower back down, turn your head to one side. We'll inhale. On an exhale, elbows and toes reach back. Nod the chin towards the throat, peel up to your bra strap. Coming back down, turn your head to the other side. One last time, inhale. On an exhale, elbows in and back, toes reach away, chin towards throat. We peel up just past the bra strap. Coming back down, you're going to press up into hands and knees. Exhale, round everything up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Roll your pelvis forward, lift your breastbone, bring the chin up slightly. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Come to a place in the middle of those two extremes. This next part may or may not work for you. You're going to bring your feet together, your knees a little wider than hip distance. You could just hang out here, do a little rounding and arching, or come into standing. Or if your knees allow it, we're going to sit back. If your knees are really tight, you could put a pillow between your butt and your calves. If it works for your body, sit back towards your heels. Walk your hands in front of you. Keep the shoulders comfortable. If the shoulders are really tight, you can slide the arms back. But if you have the flexibility, you're going to stretch the arms forward. Think about letting the chest and the forehead come towards the floor. If you're super tight, you can bring a pillow under your chest and just relax here. We'll come back up to hands and knees. Bring the feet back in line with the heels. And then you get up however you want. Or come into tall kneeling. Take one leg forward. Curl the toes under on the back foot. Use the hands if needed, right? Be careful here. Exhale. Come into standing if it works for you. And you are
done. I hope you're feeling a little more balanced after that workout. Again, it's a great, super gentle stretching routine. If nothing else, doing just the pelvic soup, pouring your soup out towards your feet and towards your head, side to side and in circles, is a great way to loosen up your back if it's stiff. And I wish you guys luck. I don't know, it might be a snowy winter here. Take care.